Welcome back to tcVISION Know How. Today we'll show how to launch tcVISION in an AWS environment. We will launch, configure and test tcVISION in a replication from various mainframe offline resources to Postgres using the AWS Marketplace Army tcVISION mainframe batch integration. To start, we go to the AWS Marketplace and choose tcVISION mainframe batch integration. This solution will run on an M4X large, M4 2X large and M4 4X large, so up to 8 cores. The section Additional Resources provides more information. We continue with Subscribe. Here we make sure that it is the right one before continuing to the configuration. On this page we have to check the version and specify in which region this machine should be launched. This is a good opportunity to download the control board from the usage instructions, because we will need it later to connect to our machine. We proceed with launching the new machine. This leads us to the CloudFormation and we have to enter a stack name, select the instance type and enter a key name of an already existing key pair to connect via SSH and also give a range of IP addresses which are allowed to connect with the machine. Alright, we press Next and Create and our stack will be created. A little later the creation is completed and we can launch the machine itself. We go to the EC2 dashboard and see if our instance is running. It's running and still initializing. We can name it so we can recognize it better later. Now it's running and we copy the address to the clipboard for more convenience a little later on. We can now extract a subfolder that we downloaded to a new folder. This folder contains the executables, sample files, and the scripts for an own metadata repository. Once that's done, we open the tcVISION.exe. This is our control board. We create a new manager connection using the address from the clipboard. We have successfully created the connection to our cloud solution. On the left side we can see all parts of tcVISION. The control board is just for administration. For tests using the sample data, a license can be obtained free of charge at Treehouse Software. To register, visit contact treehouse@weebly.com. Make sure that option 1, tcVISION mainframe batch integration for AWS, is selected as license option. After filling the license request form, press the Submit button to send the data and create the license. The license will be sent as a small text file with the extension tcVLC. To apply the license, use the tcVISION control board. Go to Connections and select the menu item License Management. A dialog will appear. Press the green plus button and select the file. After closing the File Open box, the license is applied and the values are shown. We start with an IDMS backup including 2 tables. We can see these 2 tables here in the repository. This is a simple one-to-one replication of IDMS records to a Postgres table. Here we can see the owner keys of the IDMS table. This represents the network structure of the database. In the target Postgres, we have just defined the tables for our demonstration. The scheme demo contains them all. Here we can see the employees with exactly the same keys, and the table is empty. Let's start a task which uses our IDMS backup. The IDMS backup is done through the IDMS BCF utility. Here we see that we have 71 records of this table transferred, and we can see the data here. Our second sample is a DB2 image copy including about 50,000 rows. Here we see a definition of our task which does the transfer, and we can also see the various import sources tcVISION uses. The output is set to a repository. The data will be transferred from whatever is specified in the repository, even more than one output. Our table is just linked to one output table in Postgres. Again, it's a simple one-to-one replication, but we'll add some features to our new table. For this, we create a new field. We name it Last Change. It will represent the timestamp of the last change to this record. The type is timestamp and the length is 26. The length of a timestamp is important for the size of the fraction. Here we see our field. We add a replication linkage to define what should be filled in. Here we use one of our rich features. Especially date-time conversion is always an issue when replicating data. In this case, we just want to set a value. We set the value of processing in UTC. That's all. And now we can see our new definition represented by the little purple square. We have to create the table because we added the field. This is done via the export utility. Now we can run the transfer. Here we can see the task running. And it has already finished. We see the details, around 50,000 records. To see what's in the database, we just get a sample view. We can see the data including our additional column with the last change. The third sample will be an database unload, which is a one-to-N replication. Our database table is linked to 2 output tables because it contains a multiple field. Here we can see the definition. We have a one-to-one replication on the main table, and the field database AM represents a multiple field which leads to a subtable. The same is true for periodic groups. What we can see here is very common to a database: converting a number to a date. To do this, we have to tell tcVISION how the number is formatted. In this case, it's a zone field and formatted with 4 digits year, month and day. We run our script and see the result. We added 1700 rows in 2 tables. Let's have a look at the result. We connect to our Postgres again. There are 2 tables in the demo scheme: vehicles and vehicles database AM. Here are the regular vehicles, including our pre-formatted date field. The table vehicles database AM contains the content of the multiple field, but only the used instances of the multiple field. As next steps, you can create your own mapping for your data or transfer to an RDS instance on Amazon Cloud. If you have any questions, watch our other videos on tcVISION or ask an expert from Treehouse. Thanks for watching!